are your reaction to the draw? I think the first thing that jumps out is the fact that you guys are traveling to Egypt twice.
I think excited. I think we have a bit of a history with Zamalek, having played against them in 1993. I think a massive environment when you go there. You've seen the level of support they garner, the environment they create. And I think the fact that we're going to one country twice could be seen as a plus. Getting to understand the environment, it helps us plan our logistics slightly easier. I mean, if you look at going to Egypt and you look at going to Zambia, a short flight, it's something that you hopefully hope for, because traveling logistics become very important. So, but that aside, Zamalek is a great team with great history, so a big task. Very excited. Al-Masri also a very difficult opponent. So I think the Egyptian journey is going to be very exciting but very tough. Looking forward to it.
In terms of the test, the fact that both teams, especially Zamalek and Al-Masri, were in the knockout phase, you couldn't have asked for a better test than that.
I think if you look at all the teams, there's a top level teams across all the groups. So I think we very much understand what's expected and what we're going to face. I think now all the work begins: planning, logistics, understanding. With our advanced team, how do we approach with our partners and stakeholders in different countries? Because understanding the environment is very important. Apart from what happens in the field, I think we're just looking forward to the draws done. Looking forward to planning the preparation for the time moving forward.
As you took a game to Dobsonville and the fans turned out in numbers, will we be seeing Kaizer Chiefs maybe taking the games back to the people in Soweto?
So we would love to, and I think it's a very important question, because Dobsonville is not accredited CAF stadium for the group stages for Confed. So we were allowed to use it for the prelim stage, but we aren't allowed to use it for the group stages. And I know, look, the atmosphere in Dobsonville was amazing. People came out, they connected, it was electric, and we always want to take the game to the people. But in this instance, it's out of our hands, and we won't be able to go back there. But I mean, we saw how important that kind of atmosphere is for a home team. So we need to replicate that. Again, we call for the Amakhosi faithful to come out in their numbers as a 12th man, because they're the ones who really give you the edge. And if they're with us, like they were in Dobsonville, I think we can achieve great things.
Yeah, sometimes there's an element to look down on the two guys that you have there on the bench, but they have also sat in a CAF Confed Cup final. How important will be their experience in leading this project?
Oh, very much so. They've gone all the way to the final. They've traveled, they've gotten the battle scars from the continent. And in this tournament and on the continent, experience is important. Experience on and off the pitch is going to be vital. We're privileged to have them. I mean, they've walked the journey. So, just very excited to see how they can help us navigate this one. Be very excited.
You've also seen some of your new recruits hitting the ground running. How are you assessing their input so far?
No, I mean, that's part of the reason why also we have the size of squad we have, was for tournaments like this. Balancing the local tournaments with being on the continent. Very important, also very happy. I mean, if you look at a lot of this last season, we were saying we're not scoring enough goals, and it was very concerted effort for us to invest in our striking department. And if you look at strikers who come on board, your Mayo is able to score on his debut, Silva scores on his debut, Igadora is able to score on his second game. It bodes well. Of course, everyone needs time to settle in, and I think for them having that start already, it's a massive plus. But I think that everyone who's coming, even people like Ngcobo coming in and scoring on his debut, people like Paseka, being man of the match in their debut, the environment is healthy. The environment is healthy. We want to keep it that way, but we need some time. They need time to settle in. The group needs time to find its best way forward, and I think we're on the right track. A lot of work still to do, but look, if strikers are scoring when they come in and settle down quick, it's a big plus. But I think we all know we are creating a lot of chances, aren't taking as many as we should. Something we need to work on. But I think a very big plus is that the back door has been shut. You build with the foundation, and last year we all know that we conceded quite frequently, and we're very pleased to know that, essentially the back line is players who were here last year, apart from our right wing back and right back. So it also bodes very well. But again, everyone needs time, and I think that this is game by game and step by step, and we'll take it as it comes.
As the I've heard a rumor of Luc Baartman that is going to the DDC. How true is that? And if it's true, how do you feel about it?
Well, Luc's an amazing talent. I think everybody knows where we come from and the battle that he had with his former club. It's always amazing to have the best of local talent. So just like everybody else, with Asanele, it's Luc. We want him to come inside, settle, hit the ground running with our environment. He's a top talent. He's with the first team, and we have big plans for Luc. He's an exceptional talent, and I think everyone saw he's part of the World Cup team in under 20 with Mfundo. So personally, very happy. He's been progressing tremendously well. He's got a big heart, amazing talent, and a great mentality to be able to go through what he's gone through, and still come to work every day, focused, driven, ready. So no, he's with the first team. He's with us, and very excited for the day he gets his chance to show his level.
So he's not going to the DDC?
No.
Okay. You've just spoken about taking everything step by step. What then becomes the realistic goal for Amakhosi in this CAF Confed campaign?
I think everyone is participating to win, and if they're not, then they shouldn't be participating. We knew that last year we wanted to get back into Africa, and we were able to do so, and we know our goals that are set for next year. So of course we're looking to make sure that we get to that next stage, which is the knockout phase. You have to take it step by step and progress as far as you can. But of course this team needs to play to win. Its supporters are expecting of us to succeed. So we're going to go into it, give everything we can, because we want to give our supporters as much joy and success as possible, and we're going to play to win and give our best and see how we can put smiles on the people's faces.
Just lastly, SD, we know group stages campaign can also sharpen you, and when you look at the domestic program, especially this past weekend, you can see it's going to be a tough battle. Are you looking at these group stages giving you that strong punch in terms of pushing for Champions League next season?
Definitely. A team of our size wants to be in the Champions League, and we haven't been in Africa for a while, and I think the Confederations Cup is a very welcome step from our progression from last year. Of course, you want to be in Champions League, you want to fight amongst the best, you want to be amongst the best. I think the star is something that everyone knows as a big club you need to have. That is a long-term objective, and we're pushing to as best we can to make sure we can do that. And we want to be amongst the best. Chiefs needs to be on the biggest stage, so we're going to give all our best to make sure that we can be.
Thank you.